Hey everybody, it's MommaOG. I am back with another reaction. Tonight I have another donation request from Naren's New Age. As always, thank you so much. He's asked me to listen to the song Mother by Yaima. I've been saying Yaima music the whole time, I think. It might just be Yaima. This is with a full band at St. Mark's Cathedral. This was this year. Yeah, it was this year, January 11th, it looks like. This will be interesting because this will be the first time that I've seen them perform anything, let alone live. Like I haven't physically seen them in any of the videos, like an official video or anything like that. That'll be an interesting new aspect to this. This song, I don't know if I said it, is called Mother. And I'm pretty intrigued about what this could be about. I'm thinking a couple of different paths that this could take. I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and get started.
Our prayer tonight is that we all go home with hearts full of love and gratitude for this existence, for the blessing of being alive. Our prayer is for good leaders on earth. Our prayer is for humility, for kindness, for stability and grace.
Oh my God. Add it to the limestone. One story. They say that like stuff like limestone can like record energy or hold energy. So that's what that makes me think. It reminds me of that. I don't know if it's true, but kind of makes sense to me. Already her presence and physical movement is catching my attention. Her voice sounds familiar to me, but I've never been able to physically watch her perform. So that is drawing me already. There's this quiet strength in the way she sings, and it's pure. So there's a bunch of stuff jumping out at me, but I am trying to listen to the lyrics and hear this amazing music along with just the sound of her voice. It's a lot to take in. Let's rewind it a little bit. his captions off. They're a little distracting.
When finally the dawn broke free, heard a voice return, said, "Do not fear the changes, all been there before." And as my soul poured out the salt, in my tears fell, and added to the limestone one story of this tale.
The run there was magical. Her movements are reminding me a little bit of Aurora. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit.
I went up to the altar to give her back the song, sang for all my ancestors waiting on the drum. They gave me every single nod to turn my head in pain, gave me almost every sense of courage I have gained. To now be handed all the reins of ages left behind, choose to work in honor of the ones who've yet to come. For when their tiny feet meet the earth's golden shore, they will return the honor and sing their song once more.
Hear that bass? Wow. I felt so many things during that. Her physical movements, I said in the middle of the song that they were kind of reminding me of Aurora. just her hand movements and a little bit of Madonna, which might shock. Madonna always had this amazing, uh, she was a great dancer, or she is a great dancer. I have been a lifelong Madonna fan, and I'm still a huge fan of hers to this day. I haven't heard everything that she's done, but anyway, that's beside the point. Madonna, like particularly in the video Frozen, she has these amazing movements with her hands. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of that, as well as some of the things that Aurora does just to kind of spend her energy. I feel like I was seeing that same exact thing with her. This physical movement seems like a way for her to expend the energy of her performance, which makes sense to me. And I love watching that kind of thing. There was a layering of the instruments that kind of changed. It was subtle in some points and kind of intense, or no, I wouldn't even say intense, but it was like slightly built up. And then reverb seemed to play a huge role with both her voice and the instruments. Near the end there, I noticed that, especially with the cello, there might have been like a long reverb set. I don't know, but I thought I heard like another instrument playing, but I think it was a reverb setting on the cello. I'm not sure. A little bit with the flute here and there, I noticed that. I think reverb can be an incredible tool when it comes to music if it's used tastefully. Like this was a perfect example of where it really worked. There was a lot of it and it worked really well. Sometimes if if there's too much, it could be just too much. But this was perfect, and it was both her voice and the instruments. It added to the spirituality of the song. And when I say spirituality, I don't necessarily mean religious. Just energy wise, it added to that for me. But speaking of energy, I kind of felt a little bit of I felt my mood change a little bit. I felt a little bit calmer, but it just kind of made me feel a little more grounded. There's crazy things that we all have happen during our day, whether they be a bunch of little crazy things that just throw you off kilter, or something big that's going on. And of course, today was no exception. Nothing major worth mentioning, but just a bunch of little things that just threw me off. And that seemed to kind of draw me all back together. In the beginning, I was wondering the title mother, if that was going to refer to an actual mother, like a human mother or an animal mother, or if it refers to the earth as Mother Earth. And I was going to guess that it was going to be more related to earth. And I think I was right. I heard a lot of lyrics in there about earth, and it felt like kind of a devotion to the earth. Just kind of recognizing some of the things that earth does. There was a lot of talk about, the limestone recording this situation, stuff about it's been there before. It's always been there. And I don't remember the specifics but near the end it said, for those who come after us, a lot of reference to things that the earth is well known for. I mean, it's billions of years old. That just kind of seemed to play homage to that, which I can seriously appreciate in too many ways that I want to get into now. So I thought her vocals were incredibly tender, effortless, and just calming. Every song I've heard, she's had this ability to, it definitely shifts your energy when you listen to this band. I have to kind of remind myself next time. There's been some amazing stuff that I've heard so far. And every time I'm just kind of overthinking it and not remembering what they're centered on, and which is, for me, is kind of maybe a little bit of enlightenment, self-enlightenment, and just of your surroundings, energy. It seems like very nature-based, which I can dig. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. Naren, thank you so much for introducing me to yet another amazing song by Yaima. I appreciate you all being here to watch. I will see you next time.